because of his power. He ponders that what name should he give to his last attack. Kaido, who is lying on the ground, manages to back himself up and questions Luffy about his true identity. Luffy remains silent as if he is thinking about something. Meanwhile, in the background, the Luffy's drums of liberation sound can be heard. Zunisha remembers someone by that rhythm. She reminisces that it has been long she heard the rhythm, and it reminds her of Joy Boy. Zunisha feels that Joy Boy is right there around them. She feels that fate is at work, and the rhythm is setting her hopes up again. Luffy introduces himself to Kaido as Monkey D. Luffy, the man who will surpass him and become king of the pirates. Kaido tells Luffy that it is relieving to see how bold he still sounds. It is because of the awakening that happens when your mind and body catch up to your powers. Kaido exclaims that he has got some ridiculous powers, and in a way, he is appreciating his strength. Kaido tells him that he has lost a lot of what he had built up over the many years. He has lost his followers and his castle. He acknowledges that Luffy too has lost a loss just like him. Luffy, however, replies that he has still got to settle the score and still has something to take back from him. Kaido then uses his Gundari meteor shower technique and blows multiple attacks on Luffy, while the latter replies back with multiple punches that pass through his body. A burning smell and smoke causes Luffy to start coughing. Kaido realizes that the battle is burning everything below, from the performance floor to the castle. Kaido tells him that his crew is trapped there too, and the fire will burn them to death, while Luffy is assured that his team can manage the situation on their own, and his only focus at the moment is to beat him. Kaido charges at him with his demolition gust technique and releases a huge slash at him, but Luffy dodges the attack by growing larger in height, causing the slash to pass from between his legs. Meanwhile, on the live floor in the dome interior, everyone caught there is trying out their best to put out the flames. But they realize that the fire is beyond just the castle, and the towers are burning too. Chopper finally reunites with Nami and asks her that, is she fine? Chopper asks that what they can do as the flames are only getting bigger. Nami is a bit relieved to see him, but then she is worried for the rest of crew that is missing and may be stuck in fire. She then exclaims that they cannot even search for them as the entire Onigashima is set on fire at this point. She tells that the only escape is if the island lands on the ground again. Chopper asks Zeus that can he make it rain, while the latter exclaims that he will burn in that fire. Meanwhile, in the basement of Castle Interior, some turncoat gifters are trapped. They find that the flame are on all sides, and there is no way to escape. Meanwhile, on the first floor, Beppo has almost passed out because of the heat. Law's crew is carrying Beppo because he is barely able to move. They feel that there is no way to escape, and the only thing they can do is to ask for help from their captain. At the basement, everyone is shocked to see Brook and are feeling sorry for his condition. Brook, however, tells them that he is not charred. He then turns to Robin and exclaims that there may be a way to escape, while Robin replies that there might not be any way. Meanwhile, at the pleasure hall, in the left brain tower, Sanji is unable to escape with the geishas and realizes that there is no way out as the entire garden is gone. Meanwhile, in one area of the basement, Inby's one hand burns because of trying to break the wall. Appu tells him to not complain about how hot the wall is, as he needs to break it down, otherwise they will die. He asks him that what does he want, a working arm or his life? He is angry at Inby and exclaims that what is his giant size good for if he cannot use it to break a wall? This makes Inby angry, and he asks him that does he want to initiate a fight? Meanwhile, in one area of basement, Usopp uses his Midor Boshi, green star sprinkler, but the fire engulfs the plant. Hamlet tells him that the water he is producing is like a drop in a bucket, and they need a lot more than a bucket. Usopp tells him to stay quiet as he needs to do something, as he promised to Izu to save Kinemon and Kikunojo, and while he is at it, he also has to save himself. Hamlet requests him to put his name in the list of people he wants to save too. Meanwhile, in the right brain tower, Frankie is shocked to see the whole castle covered in fire. He is carrying an unconscious Zoro and is confused on where he should go to find Chopper, as Zoro's life is in danger. Some turncoat gifters are following him in order to escape the area. Meanwhile, on the fourth floor, Reizo tells Jinbei that he has completed all the preparations. He appreciates Jinbei's faith in him. Jinbei tells him that he was chosen by Luffy and therefore there is not even a chance to doubt him. Jinbei orders Reizo to come and use his technique. Jinbei tells him that he trusts him. Reizo muses that he has been prepared for it since that fateful day. He gets a flashback of Oden Castle where Lady Toki, Momonosuke, Hiyori, and the others were trapped inside the fire. Reizo tells Jinbei that he failed to protect Lord Oden that day, and he left his family exposed to the flames of the burning castle. Despite his ninjutsu, he failed to protect a single one of them. He is shameful for that. But 20 years back, on that day, he promised himself to never let this happen again. Reizo then again gets a flashback when he was in Zoo. The whole place was flooded with water. There he took some water. Reizo is determined to save everyone who undertook the righteous raid from the flames. He exclaims that they have waited for long, and now they will witness a flood that will make them doubt their very own eyes. Reizo uses his Ninpo Scroll Jutsu, the elephant's bath, and starts releasing the stored water. The water is in an extremely huge quantity. Jinbei starts using the water heart technique, Fishman Jujitsu, and the ocean current shoulder throw to channel down the water throughout the Onigashima. Meanwhile, on the third floor, Blackback, the guardian who is finding a way to escape himself and the others trapped there, realizes that the fire is about to engulf them. He exclaims that what is the point of a battle if you let a few sparks beat you? As the fire is about to consume them, at that very moment Jinbei's water hurl reaches there and saves them from the fire. Reizo is continuously releasing water from its scroll and tells Jinbei to flush out the entire castle. He hopes that the water reaches to everyone in time, and this water of Zoo could save everyone. Meanwhile, on the first floor, Kid's crew, who is carrying Killer after saving him, is asked by Killer to put him down. Kid's crew, however, tells him to let them do this at least for him. They realize that there is no way to escape. But then, the water reaches there too, and they are saved. In the next scene, Onigashima is shown. Momonosuke is in shock to hear that Kaido is still alive. Yamato tells him that Kaido is almost at his limit, and he won't be able to hold the flame clouds any longer. Therefore, he needs to hurry and start producing flame clouds like him to keep Onigashima aloft. Yamato tells him that it has been the only solution from the very start. He exclaims,